How's it going, everybody? This is Cameron White with White Light Astrology, giving you guys your full moon horoscope for Capricorn. So, Capricorn, this full moon is happening in your 5th house. 5th house is all about love, romance, creation, art, fun, passionate things. It has to do with children, it has to do with sex, stuff like that. This full moon is going to be in Taurus. It's highlighting Venus. Venus is retrograde in Scorpio in your guys' 11th house. Long story short, let's kind of cut to the chase. This full moon is going to be conjunct Uranus, and that's a really big deal. Uranus has been in your guys' 5th house for a little bit now, so you're starting to really see Uranus's flavor in your 5th house. Uranus's liberation, freedom, excitement, change, extreme ups and downs, explosions. And as it's been in your 5th house, you've probably been changing a lot of what you really want to do, changing a lot of what you want to create. And with this full moon, the moon's going to be entering Taurus and conjuncting Uranus, basically full at this point. So you're going to be really realizing and really feeling a lot more of like, hey, this is what I want to pursue. Liberating yourself from maybe some stagnation of, oh, you know, this is what I thought I want versus this is what I want now. And the big thing about this full moon is that it's highlighting Venus. Venus is retrograde in Scorpio in your 11th house, where Venus retrograding in Scorpio is kind of like purging out what is no longer needed and focusing on what is good and holding on to that. And this is in your 11th house of friendships, of who you're connected to and everything like that. So as Venus has been retrograding in your 11th house, you've probably been like, okay, maybe I don't want to associate with these people anymore and I want to associate more with these people that bring me something. The biggest thing is that this full moon in Taurus is really just helping you guys realize what you want out of these friendships, what you want out of these connections, what you want to do with, you know, the people that you have in your life, and really realizing what you want to create out of it and really realizing those emotions. The biggest thing with this full moon is that it's trining Saturn, and Venus is also sextiling Saturn as well. And this Saturn is in your guys' 1st house right now. So Saturn in your 1st house is a lot of construction, a lot of complete change of who you are, establishing more discipline, more rules, just being more mature. And as Saturn's been going through your 1st house, you've been realizing where you need to mature, where you need to establish more sense of discipline, structure, and stuff like that. This full moon is really helping you guys go, hey, if you really want to take on this change of your life, this change of your personality and your whole sense of self, it really comes back down to understanding what you value and understanding what you want to create, what you're passionate about, those 5th house things, and realizing where you need to separate yourself from the people that you involve yourself with. This is kind of like that part of the Saturn, you know, over your 1st house where Venus is kind of like, well, maybe you're associating with people that you no longer should be associating with, or maybe you want to be more specific and I don't want to say precise. I've been using that word a lot. The best way to put it is Venus retrograde in Scorpio in your 11th house. Like, friends right now, don't be afraid to let go of what's not serving you anymore. Really focus on what is bringing value to your life. And don't be afraid to get out of control with it. Meaning, with Saturn in your 1st house, it can be easy to limit yourself. It can be easy to be very restricted and conservative. Don't do that. Like, let yourself really feel what you want. The moon's going to be conjunct Uranus. You're going to feel a little bit erratic anyway. You know, really look at what you value and what you want to create, what you want to not necessarily possess, but what you want to feel out, what you want to express, what you want to experience. Understand and feel that, and let yourself, you know, realize what you need to do, and like, who do you need to cut out of your life and who do you need to place more value in your life in order to create more of that experience. And Saturn's here helping you, going, hey, like, this is part of the new you. This is part of you really establishing something else for yourself, something that's more serious, something that's more concrete about yourself. The biggest thing is just really realize what you want to create, who you want to create it with, and who's not helping you create that picture. And Saturn's basically not afraid to go, hey, this is what I got to do for me. This is what I got to do for myself. So with all that being said, I think you guys are like one of the only people where this full moon is actually going to be pretty supportive for you. It's just really about letting yourself get out of your comfort zone. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching, liking, commenting, subscribing, whatever it is that you do. And I'll be seeing you for your November horoscopes.